Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit that notification bell, get all the updates. We're set for today's video. It's Saturday. On Saturdays, I do Cellar Saturday, where I actually drink something from my cellar. So this one, Billy was like, hey, you should drink this one next. So I have this one, and then Wes Fox was like, you should drink this other one. So I'm going to try to do that for next Saturday. But anyway, so this is Deschutes, The Abyss, 2016 vintage, so 6 years old at time of review. Imperial stout brewed with black strap molasses and licorice. Dry spice with cherry bark and vanilla bean. 21% aged in oak bourbon barrels. 21% aged in oak wine barrels. And 8% aged in New Oregon oak barrels. Like just oak, it sounds like. It's dark, it's deep, it's mysterious. This Imperial Stout has immeasurable depth, inviting you to explore and discover its rich, complex profile. The flavor of this special brew draws you in further and further with each sip. The Abyss beckons. Enjoy the journey. It looks like it's 11.1% ABV, and I think that's everything worth reading. All right, so it's not turning into a volcano, so that's a good sign. It's pouring out pretty darn black. There's some brown around the edges, but yeah, it's a dark looking beer. That's a really dark looking beer. That looks beautiful. I mean, that's a really beautiful looking Imperial Stout. Like I was saying with the pouring it out, you know, I mean, there's a little bit of brown around the edges, but I mean, that is black. That's pretty darn close to just straight motor oil. It's that head that makes it, though. It's just such a beautiful dark mocha caramel kind of color, almost exactly a finger at this point. You have the most compact, almost nitro bubbles. Starting to break up a little bit on top into small and medium-sized bubbles, but I mean, I don't know. Hey, here's an Imperial Stout. It's just over 10%. Yeah, that's beautiful. Let's get to aroma. That's nice. A lot of like the oak wood. And this is, you know what's really nice about this is I use this descriptor a lot where it's like you're in the woods right after it rained, this like woody, more like woodsy, earthy, almost like mulch thing. And then you smell beer that was aged in oak, essentially oak barrels, right? I know some were bourbon, but anyway, oak barrels. And then you get like that very specific oak wood note, and you can tell, oh yeah, these are two very different descriptors. This has oak specifically. Definitely that cherry thing is interesting. Ever since I had the Bourbon County cherry wood, that you can get cherry, you can get wood, and then not that cherry wood is exactly a blend of the two, but there is just a little kiss of that, and you kind of get that in here, which makes sense because it's got the what they call it, cherry bark. Yeah, cherry bark. Little smoke, tobacco leather for sure. You get that molasses, which you can get without actually adding backstrap molasses, but it definitely has a little bit of that. Yeah, nice chocolate. It's milk, sweet chocolate, but a little bit of cocoa powder sprinkled on top. A little bit of vanilla, might be vanillin. Dark fruits. Listen, this beer smells phenomenal. Like this is a pause. Acknowledge the pause. Wait for emphasis. Build up suspense. One of the best aromas. This is phenomenal. This smells so good. Let's get to the taste. Cheers. Thanks for the inspiration, Billy. That's really good. I feel like I had a different vintage of this, which has different things and different blendings, and it didn't hit as good as this one's hitting. Didn't hit as well. Really, like this is like Russian Imperial Stout. Almost at times I could see grapefruit pith in it, especially in the aftertaste. So like huge, I hate to say black IPA, but like, you know, more like the Russian Imperial Stout side of things. But that being said, the reason I'm even talking about that right now is because I didn't get any of that in the aroma. At no point was I getting citrus at all. But the taste also has a lot of this stuff from the aroma. Big oak for sure. The chocolate, less sweet than I got in the aroma. More like that baker's dark chocolate. We're talking like 99% cacao kind of a bar. It's that level of chocolate. The leather, the whisper of smoke, some tobacco leaves, very much. So it's like more, it's not soy sauce, but it's like more savory stout with some of these, like a little bit of vanilla, like that kind of, a little bit of that cherry, a little bit of dark fruits, like a little bit of what you associate with sweetness or sweeter, tasting things, but not a sweet beer at all. It's a little prickly, so it kind of like commands your attention, which I like. And yeah, like the molasses is nice. That's really nice. Here's something I never really thought before. This is interesting. There's a little bit of residual alcohol, dryness. There's that that note that is like grapefruity, which is so weird. Not a thing I thought I was going to say in this beer. And then finally, the little bit of black licorice. And I've never really thought black licorice and citrus could be, in the same region. But there are dishes I've had that maybe had what do you call it? Like fennel or is it anise root? Fennel root. You could slice up and, have like a little vinaigrette that has some, lemon or whatever in it. And that would be really nice. So I just didn't think of it, right? But it does work well in this beer. And again, it's not overly grapefruity. I'm just didn't expect it and didn't get in the aroma. So that's why I'm kind of overemphasizing it in that I'm talking about it more than I should, because it's not that prominent. But man, this is really nice. This is one of those beers, there's so much going on, but it works. And I don't know if it worked fresh or if I needed this time for the flavors to meld. But man, like 6 years in the bottle, this has not suffered from that. I'll definitely put in that category. If anything, it's as good, or if not, probably better, just because these flavors are just really melded together nicely. And it's a lot of different flavors. And yeah, cherry specifically, but then you get some of those other dark fruits, a little bit of maybe even a blueberry note at times. This I think it's pretty clear how much I'm enjoying this beer. This is aged beautifully. What a nice beer. Yeah, just enough of the alcohol with that 11.1% or whatever it was. This is fun. Yeah, fantastic, phenomenal. Yeah. So again, thanks Billy for the recommendation or the request. Have you guys had this beer before? Have you had anything from Deschutes lately? Anything that you've had that's similar to this, or I don't know, anything, everything? Comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both of those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.